Hey guys, my name's Connor, and today we're going to be going over 5 exercises to help you out with your front kicks. That could be teep, that could be push kicks, that could be snap kicks down the middle. All right, whatever works for you, that's cool. Make sure you like the video or leave a comment if you learned something. I'd appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel.
Our first drill here is kick isolation, and we're basically just going to be walking through the motion of our front kicks. We're going to pull it up into a chamber, snap it out, re-chamber it, and put it back down. And each one of those motions, I want to do it with as much tightness as possible, right? I want to squeeze that leg into my body, snap it out, and fully extend it till my leg feels like it starts to cramp, and then pull it back in as tight as I can before I put it down. Our next drill is straight leg lifts, and you just want to lock your leg as straight as you can possibly make it and lift it straight up in front of your body without doing any leaning back to make it any easier. You really want it to be isolated in the front part of your hip. When you add in that little pulse, it makes it so much more difficult, and we're really going to engage all those muscles we want to do for stabilizing our kicks as we lift it up. Yazzy's making it a little bit harder here. She's starting off of a box and really taking all of the momentum out of that movement. You can make it more difficult by raising up the box and just increasing that difficulty by adding in the pulses as well. Our next drill are hip drives, and they're not as easy as it looks. You want to be able to push that knee out and forward while still opening up your groin and your hip joint. So without leaning back at all, you turn your hips open and press that knee down the length of the wall. I really like using a wall because it shows me that that knee is keeping straight. It's not turning out. It's not going any other direction, right? It's driving straight into what I would imagine my opponent to be. You can help out a partner with this by supporting them by their hand and then giving them a little target with their hand. And again, you can see Yazzie not necessarily leaning back, but turning her hips open. Elevated front kicks. This is definitely my favorite exercise because it's just giving us all that snap and power into the kick. I'm staying on the ball of my foot the entire time, and again, not leaning back, just lifting up my leg and snapping it, and re-chambering afterwards as well. And you'll see that in the next drill right after that. So for this second drill, again, looks pretty simple, but you want to be able to raise your knee as high as you can while sucking in that chamber. So I'm pulling my heel to my butt as I lift my knee up, and it's getting me ready to snap explosively into that kick. Our next drill is knee drives, and you want to be able to push up with that base leg. So our leg on top of the box, again, the heel is not flat. I'm right on the balls of my feet, and I'm driving that knee forward. And again, not just by leaning back, but by pushing my hips forward, by driving off that foot onto the top of the box, and throwing that knee with the best technique I possibly can. All right, we can also throw it with a front kick, which is where we make this a little bit more dynamic. I'm still chambering, snapping, re-chambering, and bringing it back down, right, creating all that power with my base leg. The final exercise here, we're going to be putting 4 and 5 together. So you're going to be doing that elevated front kick, snapping it out with perfect technique, and then as soon as it hits the box, you explode up into that front kick drive. So we're really getting power out of both of our legs here, staying dynamic, making it a little bit more difficult, and just keeping consistent with our technique as we do it. All right, I'm doing my best to keep my hands up and snapping those kicks.
All right, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.